What's good, everybody? I'm watching this fight night right now, Abu Dhabi. The main event's going on. We got Guskov versus Ankalaev, round 2. 2 minutes happening. A little bit of a boring fight so far. But the only results that I cared about have just wrapped up. So I'm going to make this video talking about what I think, talking about how the fact I think we have two of the best prospects in two of the best divisions that we've just been revealed to. Alright? Yes, you know, these guys have been on the radars of some people for a little bit, but not to this magnitude. Okay, let's get right into it with the first fight we had. Chanko, you know, John Pork versus Rzepecki. We saw this fight. Going into this, I thought, man, Rzepecki looks really good in his contender fights. He's looked really good, you know, in the fights leading up to the UFC. He was fighting in a Spanish promotion here. And I thought this guy has a lot of stopping power on the feet. He has really good combinations. He has great pressure. He's super young. I believe he's like, maybe he was like 4 or 5 years younger than Chanko. But in my mind, my prediction for this fight was Chanko by either late finish or decision. Because this guy is what these fighters, what these like pure strikers consider themselves to be. Israel Adesanya, right? Paulo Costa. Who else do you think? Maybe Sean Strickland. They're guys that say, okay, I have really good striking. No one can mess up with me on the feet, right? And I just have really great takedown defense. So I will never get taken down. Like, that's what a lot of these fighters think. Israel Adesanya was thinking that, went up against Jan Blachowicz, got taken down. Right? Paulo Costa got taken down by whoever. Like, these fighters have this idea, this delusion that they're never gonna get taken down. That's actually what Chanko is, bro. Like, this guy, Chanko, is a Muay Thai champion. Looks so good on the feet. In this fight just now, he was doing such a good job. At range, he was punishing Rzepecki, right? He was hitting them with horrible push kicks to the face, the Muay Thai special. He was hitting him with really devastating oblique kicks. This is all off the top of the dome, just from what I remember of this fight. When they clinched up, right, there was no effective takedowns being happen. Like, if there was a takedown, there was a quick reversal. And then he would, like, slightly lean out of the way, like, open distance a little bit, throw out just a horrible punishing elbow, and then close the distance again. Like, this was a horrible exchange on all levels, right? Distance, close range, clinch, every level. This was horrible for Rzepecki. He could not get anything going. Some people say he won the first round because of the takedown he got. I'm not buying it, right? This guy is what all these strikers think that they are. He trains with the best grapplers in the world. He trains with Khabib every day, Islam Makhachev every day. Everyone from that Dagestan camp, they're probably taking his butt every day, bro. They're up in there like he dropped the soap in prison every single day, taking him down, wrestling, taking advantage of the fact that he's more of a striker. But that makes you good, bro. That means these guys have to take you down. He's spending all camp working on his takedown defense, and he's just a great, lengthy, powerful, like not powerful, but like he throws in volume. He's super accurate. The only thing he's missing is a little bit of power, but man, he causes so much damage. The face of Rzepecki was just cut open from all different angles from those elbows. Just horrible stuff. And that's what I was saying. I think this guy can actually get really far in the lightweight division. I'll make some matchups for him in another video. But against guys like Beneil Dariush, right? Against guys like Moicano, against guys that are a little bit more, you know, like Beneil Dariush, BSD, Benoit Saint Denis, guys that are a little bit more reliant on the takedown to get their damage going. I'd actually favor Chanko in those matchups. I think he can get a really good matchup in the rankings. The only time I think he gets beat is if he gets caught. We saw him get dropped in his Dana White Contender Series fight. I think at one point during this fight, I believe in the second round, he got hit with something which made him stumble a little bit, right? He doesn't have the Max Holloway chin, right? He doesn't have the fucking Marvin Vettori blockhead chin. That's the only way I see him getting caught. Someone like Ilia Topuria would probably spark his lights out. Maybe something like a Charles Oliveira submission where it's a takedown into a quick submission before he can actually get anything going. I'd pick a Charles Oliveira to beat him. But other than that, man, maybe a volume, someone who can out-cardio him like Max Holloway. But this guy, I think, can do really, really well. He's still young, early 30s. He can get going. One of the best prospects, I think, in the division, and it's not an overreaction to say that. I knew how this fight was going to go. It went exactly as I thought. And I think he proved himself against a guy who a lot of people might disregard as someone just outside the UFC. But this guy's good, man. That Polish fighter, I'm going to be keeping an eye on him for his next fight. I'm probably going to pick him to win no matter who he fights, right? Unless they put this guy against fucking Prime Pereira at lightweight, all right? On to the next fight, and another fight that I predicted correctly. Erceg versus Temirov. I went into this matchup, you know, making my prediction video. I'm like, all right, Erceg versus some random guy, you know, he's fought in the UFC a couple times, whatever. But then I started watching tape, right? I was expecting an Erceg like 29-28 masterclass, you know, the split walk-off split decision from Steve Erceg. I start watching tape, and this guy has devastating kicks. This guy has crazy volume, strong as fuck, right? Little ass dude, strong as fuck for the flyweight division. Reminds me of Manel Cap, the way he strikes. And then I look into it further. I find old videos of him 11 years ago fighting. I'm like, how old is this dude? He's 29, bro. Temirov is 29 years of age, has been fighting pro since he's 18. God knows how many amateur fights he has. God knows how long he's been training martial arts for. This guy's a dog. You cannot teach that kind of resilience. You can't teach what this guy knows from fighting from who knows like what age. You could never put this guy against a Steve Erceg who started probably MMA when he was 25, right? Got really far. Steve Erceg's really good. But you cannot do that, bro. And I said early finish. Like, I said Temirov by decision, but I could very easily see a finish, and that's exactly what happened. First round, fucking face-planted knockout on Steve Erceg. Dropped him bad a couple times in that first round. Looked really good, really spectacular. This is now one of my guys, bro. Temirov, you're one of my boys. Welcome to the team, brother. He's one of my guys. I said, I promised in my predictions video, if he finishes Steve Erceg, get ready for the glaze. I'm glazing this guy, bro. This guy is elite. And keep in mind, again, this is so important. He's been pro for 11 years and he's only 29. He's not even 30, bro. This guy's a threat. This guy's a threat. This guy's a young Manel Cap in the division. All right? I'd pick this guy over a lot of flyweights right now. Give me this guy over Charles Johnson. Right? Give me this guy over Tim Elliott, who Steve Erceg just beat. Give me this guy to be Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval. I'm picking this guy in a lot of fights. I think in 1 or 2 fights max, he's going to be challenging for the belt, guys. This guy's really good, all right? If in his next fight, he gets horribly dominated over 10 rounds by Tim Elliott, and he just gets, you know, he just gets oil checked repeatedly for 3 rounds, then, you know, you can come back to this video and call me a dumbass, right? But this guy is so good. I swear on my mother, on your mother, this guy's a future champ. 29 years old. He's a real threat, guys. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to finish watching this fight, Ankalaev versus Guskov. We're in the 3rd round, a minute into the 3rd round. You know, kind of just a little bit of a slow point-based fight. Kind of what I expected. Again, my prediction is Ankalaev by decision. I don't respect them enough to get a finish. Let's see if that happens. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go load some stuff into my car. I got to drive to my little town. All right. Ciao, ciao.